Hey fight fans! Today we're taking a look at the times when trash talking in MMA, specifically the UFC, backfired in epic fashion. Sometimes fighters use their words to build hype or intimidate their opponents, but every now and then their bravado comes back to haunt them. Remember to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest content. Without further ado, let's dive into the top 10 times trash talking went horribly wrong in MMA. Chael Sonnen, notorious for his trash talking, relentlessly taunted Anderson Silva leading up to their title fight at UFC 117. Sonnen promised to retire Silva and shock the world with his victory. He even went as far as disrespecting Silva's family and Brazilian culture. For 4.5 rounds, it seemed Sonnen would back up his words as he dominated Silva with his wrestling. However, in a stunning turn of events, Silva secured a triangle choke in the final round, forcing Sonnen to tap and retain his title. This fight serves as a prime example of trash talking gone wrong and the resilience of a true champion. Sonnen's overconfidence and disrespect came back to bite him, as he was submitted by the very man he'd insulted so vehemently. In the lead-up to UFC 193, Ronda Rousey engaged in a war of words with Holm, belittling her striking and expressing confidence in her own abilities. Rousey even refused to touch gloves with Holm during the pre-fight stare-down, showcasing her disdain for her opponent. However, Holm's striking prowess proved to be too much for Rousey, who suffered a brutal head kick knockout in the second round. Rousey's overconfidence and trash talking ultimately backfired as Holm executed a flawless game plan to dethrone the bantamweight queen. The shocking defeat tarnished Rousey's aura of invincibility and served as a reminder that in the fight game, one should never underestimate their opponent. Before their rematch at UFC 199, Luke Rockhold and Michael Bisping engaged in an intense verbal battle. Rockhold, the reigning middleweight champion, expressed disdain for Bisping and promised a dominant performance, stating that the challenger didn't belong in the same octagon with him. Bisping, known for his own trash-talking prowess, fired back, vowing to avenge his previous loss to Rockhold. However, in a shocking upset, Bisping knocked Rockhold out in the first round to capture the title. Rockhold's pre-fight trash talk only added to the sting of his devastating loss. The humbling defeat demonstrated that even the most confident fighters could fall victim to overestimating themselves and underestimating their opponents. The intense rivalry between former teammates Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw culminated in their bantamweight title fight at UFC 217. In the build-up to the fight, Garbrandt continually accused Dillashaw of being a snake and a traitor for leaving Team Alpha Male. The animosity between the two fighters reached a boiling point during the pre-fight press conference and face-offs. Garbrandt, confident in his striking and power, promised to finish Dillashaw in devastating fashion. However, the fight didn't go as Garbrandt planned. Dillashaw weathered an early storm and came back in the second round to knock out Garbrandt, capturing the bantamweight title. Garbrandt's trash talk and bold predictions ultimately fell flat as he was defeated by the very man he'd so vehemently criticized. The loss taught Garbrandt a valuable lesson in humility and the dangers of underestimating one's opponent. The build-up to the highly anticipated lightweight title fight between Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov at UFC 229 was filled with vitriolic trash talk and personal attacks. McGregor's relentless taunts targeted not only Khabib but also his family, religion and country. The Irishman's mind games were intended to unnerve the undefeated Dagestani wrestler, but Nurmagomedov remained composed and focused on the task at hand. When the octagon door closed, Nurmagomedov showcased his superior grappling skills, dominating McGregor throughout the fight. As Khabib was on top of McGregor, he said, "Let's talk now," giving McGregor a taste of his own medicine and showing he wouldn't be intimidated by the Irishman's trash talk. Nurmagomedov's relentless ground and pound assault and suffocating control left McGregor with no answers. In the fourth round, Khabib secured a neck crank, forcing McGregor to submit. The victory silenced McGregor's pre-fight taunts and proved that actions speak louder than words in the world of MMA. It also demonstrated the importance of respecting one's opponent, as Khabib's focus and determination allowed him to overcome the psychological warfare waged by McGregor. Colby Covington, the controversial and outspoken welterweight contender, made a name for himself by relentlessly trash-talking his opponents and the UFC as a whole. His brash persona and bad guy image created a heated rivalry with the welterweight champion Kamaru Usman. The animosity between the two fighters reached a boiling point in the lead-up to their title fight at UFC 245. Covington's trash talk and bold predictions fueled the anticipation for the fight, with many fans eager to see if he could back up his words with actions. However, Usman proved to be the superior fighter, showcasing his striking skills and controlling the pace of the fight. In the fifth round, Usman finished Covington with a flurry of punches, breaking his jaw and ending the fight by a TKO. The humbling defeat served as a reminder that trash talking can only take a fighter so far, and ultimately, it's their skills and performance inside the octagon that determines the outcome of a fight. Before their light heavyweight title fight at UFC 98, Rashad Evans and Lyoto Machida engaged in some verbal sparring. Evans, the reigning champion, dismissed Machida's unorthodox style, claiming that he'd figured out the Machida riddle and that he would finish the fight with ease. However, Machida's elusive, striking and unique approach proved too much for Evans. In the second round, Machida landed a devastating flurry of punches that left Evans unconscious on the canvas. The knockout loss not only cost Evans his title, but also served as a reminder that even the most confident fighters can be humbled by a skilled opponent. Leading up to their bout at UFC 239, Ben Askren engaged in plenty of trash talk, dismissing Jorge Masvidal's skills and suggesting that Masvidal would be an easy win on his path to a title shot. Askren, a decorated wrestler, was confident that his grappling would overwhelm Masvidal's striking. However, Masvidal had other plans. In a shocking turn of events, he opened the fight with a flying knee, knocking Askren out in just 5 seconds, the fastest knockout in UFC history. Askren's trash talk and underestimation of Masvidal's capabilities backfired in spectacular fashion, reminding fans and fighters alike that anything can happen in the octagon. Before their strawweight title fight at UFC 217, Joanna engaged in psychological warfare against Rose Namajunas, questioning her mental toughness and predicting a dominant victory. Jędrzejczyk, known for her elite striking and relentless pace, seemed invincible heading into the fight. However, Namajunas shocked the world with a stunning first-round knockout, ending Jędrzejczyk's reign as the strawweight champion. The upset victory not only proved that Namajunas was a force to be reckoned with, but also demonstrated that trash-talking and mind games don't always translate to success in the cage. In the lead-up to their featherweight title fight at UFC 232, Cyborg dismissed Amanda Nunes' striking skills and claimed that she would easily defeat Nunes to maintain her status as the most dominant female fighter in MMA. Cyborg's trash talk created an intense atmosphere as fans eagerly awaited the battle between two of the sport's most powerful women. However, Nunes proved that she was more than capable of handling Cyborg's power, finishing the fight via knockout in just 51 seconds. The stunning victory not only silenced Cyborg's trash talk, but also solidified Nunes as one of the greatest female fighters in MMA history. And there you have it. The top 10 times trash talking went horribly wrong in MMA. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how confident a fighter may be, the outcome of a fight can never be guaranteed. In the high-stakes world of mixed martial arts, it's always wise to respect one's opponent and let their skills do the talking. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more content like this.